No matter the venue or the locale, when these two get together, you know the spirits are going to be flowing, the intensity will be high, and these two will be ready to write another chapter in their storied rivalry. Hello and welcome everyone to a game that we've been eagerly awaiting. As we'll see, the winners of 4 straight, the Georgia Bulldogs, taking on the 7th-ranked team in the land, the Florida Gators. 48 Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started.
All right. Yeah, I remember last time we played. That shit was crazy.
Georgia about to kick it off to get us underway. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The play fake on first down to throw. Back open in the middle.
If you're trying to throw these crow routes against zone coverage, you got to have great timing. Nice job there by the quarterback, understanding where he wanted to go with it, but also the conviction. Did you see the arm talent on that throw?
And the Gators can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Here's the handoff. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot it at the 37. And the boys of old Florida are getting it done on the ground.
And you've seen time periods in history in Florida where they didn't care about the run. Spurrier, just throw it. Yeah, Jesse, throw it again. Yeah, throw it again. Just chuck it around. But I like when they commit to the ground game, have some success to create some balance.
Now the play fake. Makes the catch. It's Wallace.
Early in the game, I love getting my quarterback in a rhythm. Easy pitch and catch. You've thrown him 4,000 times. Not big shots, but just put you in nice positions on the next downs coming up.
Going to take a shot on second and short. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
This offensive line's got to do a better job. I mean, he doesn't even have time to go through his progressions. You got to give your QB some time. You got to make him feel comfortable. They didn't. They got in there quick, fast, and in a hurry.
They'll move the chains. Good execution on third down. They've got it at the 41.
It's so nice as an offense to know you can generate explosive plays by handing the football off to this guy. He has got incredible speed.
He wants to change this route. Looking downfield on first down. The sure hands. It's Wallace. There he goes. He'll pick up a few before being knocked out of bounds at the 31.
You know, it's funny. I know running backs oftentimes are afterthoughts when it comes to the passing game, but when you think about it, this guy's been making people miss his entire life taking handoffs. So why wouldn't you try to get him involved in the passing game as well? You just saw in that last play how dangerous he is after the catch.
Going with the counter play here. Got the first down. Looking for more. And a really nice run and pick up there before the defense avoided disaster and stopped the really big play.
This opening drive has been all offense. Really good job, nice scripted plays, taking advantage, strung together a nice series. But here's all that matters for defense. We don't even care about yards anymore. Can I keep him out of the end zone? Great job right here. Step up, get a stop, force him either to kick a field goal or get no points, and this drive is still a success.
They're looking to pass from the red zone. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Abrams. Quick throw, but he's not going anywhere. The defense was all over him.
Well, that receiver's looking at his teammates like, guys, what's up? You're not going to block for me on the screen? Seriously? And I just lost yards on a screenplay. How does that happen?
The Gators trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Looking to fire. Throws to the wideout. Wideout trying to get it in. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down.
It's really hard when you get in those predictable situations. Defenses are sitting on the sticks. Receivers have to understand where that first down marker is. Heads up play, nose for the first down marker. Get in there and get it.
The Gators have it with a 1st and goal. For 6. Touchdown, Gator! Quick strike through the air for the score.
Man, it doesn't get any better than that. You script the first 10 plays, that was 10 plays. That was perfection. That was a touchdown. That's called good scouting, being ready for the football game, and executing to a team to start this game off.
Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. So that was a 10-play, 75-yard drive. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll start the return inside his 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. The give to the back. And how about the work up front by that big defensive line? These two first met back in 1915, and for much of their histories, they've been sleeping giants. But man, when they wake up, do they wake up?
Well, it's two programs, obviously, with a lot of history and a lot of great players in the past, but I feel like because of the recent success of both Georgia and Florida in the last couple of decades, this is a game every year that everybody, not just in the SEC, but I think around the country, have circled because of what this game means.
Well,
and the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
And the defense gets a sack, and that's going to be the big determining factor in this football game. A week ago, he only got sacked 1 time. They've already got him on the ground. If they want to win this football game, they got to keep getting after the quarterback.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Lets it fly. And they wanted it all on 3rd down, but now dealing with 4th down. Georgia lining up to punt it away. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. First one of the day is off. He was called on 3 times in that victory last week. The Gators sending the offense back to work. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. The offense changing the play. Looking to throw on 1st down. Grabbed in the middle. It's Wallace. And he was able to get away from 1 tackle, but plenty of help was on the way. Decent pickup on that play.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense, catching the football.
And the Gators with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Wide receiver going in motion. Give to the running back. Fighting off the defender. They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground.
And I would just hate to be in the shoes of these defenders trying to tackle this running back because, of course, you're so afraid of this guy shaking you and using his elite speed to make you look bad on a highlight film somewhere, but you forget this guy can still run you over. And you saw it on that play.
Got a man. It's Abrams. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line. We've reached the break. It's Florida with the lead. And we've reached the end of one. Before we move on, let's take a look at our stats so far. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game in the second quarter. The Gators with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Looking for space, it's Wallace. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity.
Well, the running back did a nice job there, keeping his feet moving. He was able to drag some defenders with him to get that first down.
The Gators are flying down the field. Making side adjustments here. To the air on first down. Buys a little time. Had to throw it before he wanted. He just threw it away. The last thing you want to do is try to force something on first down in the red zone.
Well, as a quarterback, when you get to the outside, you know you don't have all day to throw. You got these defenders. They are coming. They're running at you hard. So you've got to do a better job getting the ball out quicker. That hit forced the incompletion.
Going to work in the red zone, they can pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. On second down, he'll try to make the connection this time. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. This time, he's got his man. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening.
Well, a great job making the tackle there. Now setting up third down in your own red zone. This is a stop you have to come up with. You want to give up field goals in this area of the field, not touchdowns.
Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a first and goal. To the ground to try to move the chains. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Florida!
And the running back was not going to be denied on that play. He had a hole. He saw it. He put his foot in the ground, and that was pay dirt.
He'll try to tack on one more. And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. So that drive covered just 44 yards. And they finished it off with the score from the 4. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
He'll move it up to the 37-yard line, and it'll be a first down. They are letting the big dogs eat on the ground.
Pound, 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 the dog pound run the football, be physical.
Oh, he's got some space. 10. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Bulldogs.
And how nice is it to have a playmaker like that I can get the ball out of my hands, right to him, and say, all right, dude, you got jets, you can fly, catch the slant, make some people miss, outrun some angles, and get all the way to the end zone.
And after the extra point, they've cut the lead in half, down 14-7. Getting into the end zone on that last drive, they're set to kick it away. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. Really good balance on that last drive. They mixed it up all over the place, Jesse.
Yeah, how nice, too, to have the defense on their heels, because at this point, they don't know what's coming at them. They had problems stopping everything that last drive did.
So I think this defense would come back with a little more aggressiveness. I mean, they let them have what they wanted. Now they got to dictate to this offense a little bit.
Both of you guys played in this rivalry. Jesse, what's your most impactful memory?
My senior year, 1st and 1 on the goal line, and the Bulldogs had Marcus Stroud and Richard Seymour, 2 first-round picks at D-tackle. Coach Spurrier called Red Snoopy, which was a quarterback sneak. I didn't get it. He called it again on 2nd down. I didn't get it. Called it again on 3rd down. I didn't get it. On 4th down, he subbed our running back, who came in the huddle and says, Red Snoopy, jump over the top, idiot. And we scored a touchdown.
That is great. That is phenomenal.
And the incomplete pass on 3rd down, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's about. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Fires to the wideout. And a missed opportunity on 3rd down as the defense knocks it free, and 4th down is coming up.
You know, it's funny. That's probably the most discombobulated the offense has looked so far in this game, right? After watching that incompletion there on 3rd down, they were just up and down the field earlier. Tremendous rhythm, tremendous balance. Everything their play caller was dialing up was working, lighting up the scoreboard. And then all of a sudden on this last drive, just not able to piece it together. They've got to be able to turn the page and get back to how they looked earlier in the game.
And the coverage team able to make the tackle. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. The give to the running back from the shotgun. And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop it. Georgia going up tempo.
And you're seeing the offense now mix up the tempos. After a successful run, they're now going hurry up.
We're at the 2-minute timeout. It's been a good one so far. Opportunity for this offense perhaps to take the lead before halftime. And the Bulldogs in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Right back to the well. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
The Dogs come to the ball trying to pick up this 3rd and short. Got it looking for a first. He did not make stone wall on third down.
I mean, good news here, they get the completion. Bad news, though, not enough to pick up the first down. The target there, he's got to do a better job understanding where the first down marker is, make sure he gets the right depth on his route. Now, all of a sudden, head coach has a big decision to make.
It's fourth down, and they can make the field goal from here, but it looks as if they're going to leave the offense out there. On fourth down, looking for the completion. Complete, and looking for enough for the first down. Knocked down after a short gain, but enough to move those chains. Here's a first down, but there is no time to lose as this offense gets to the line quickly. Wants to throw on first down. It's complete to the left. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line. That was a nice pickup, running the drag route and finding that quiet, soft spot in the zone.
Yeah, drag routes not only work against man coverage, they work against zone too. If you can find the soft spot and the quarterback gets it to him early, he can turn upfield, and you saw that right there.
Georgia coming out with a fresh set of downs. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the outside.
Looking for a gap. It's Braswell. So close to that end zone. He could almost taste it, but it'll be first and goal for this offense. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. Someone not clear on the snap count. It'll be a false start, and they'll move it back. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Now on first and goal, let's see what Georgia will do. Quick handoff. He works his way ever closer, all the way down to the 1-yard line.
And this is the area of the field where you need a really good back. You can depend on, you can give him the football. He's going to hit a little crease and just lower his shoulder, be physical, be powerful. You saw last week he got a rushing touchdown. I look for this offense to continue to feed him and maybe get him another one today.
Looking for just one more yard. It's second and goal. They're going to run it. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Motion from the wideout. Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game. The offense couldn't get the snap off in time, and it'll cost them. Well, they didn't get it done on that last play. Back at the 9 now. It's third and goal. Gets the back moving. Looking to throw on third and goal. Fires into the end zone. Right through his hands. He had a touchdown and just didn't put the ball in. It'll be 4th down. Their hope for a touchdown gone by the boards, but they'll try to put up 3 before going to the locker room. Splits the uprights. Good. That'll bring him to within 4.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
So they get the late field goal right before the half, and not much time after this kickoff for an answer. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Just enough time for one final play of the half. He leaves it with his back. Past the first down marker and still running. Out across the 30 mark, down at the 35 after the 10-yard gain. Ball is at the 35. It's 1st and 10. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. Quarterback making checks. Wants to go up top on 1st down. That's caught. It's Wallace. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. And the Gators will boot it away to start the second half. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. If they're going to get on top in this game, they're going to have to find a way to get the running game going in the second half.
Agree, so it can create some more balance, some more unpredictability. I feel like this defense has got a good beat on what they're doing, especially if they don't mix it up a little bit. So I do look for a little second half running the football Palmer out of this group.
And I think the thing, Dave, is they just got to be more physical. I don't think this is a scheme question about trying different run plays. I think it's up to the big fellas up front. They've just got to make the decision that they're going to be tougher here in the second half so that they can win this game.
Unloads quickly. They make the stop. Not a whole lot of ground picked up there, and they'll have work to do to get the 1st down.
Yeah, and listen, I'm going to move this guy everywhere. He's in the slot this time, but I'm not going to let the defense understand where he's lining up so they can double team him, put him in the slot, put him out wide. Either way, find this guy early and often.
Here he goes breaking the pocket. The sure hands, it's Williams. They'll keep this drive moving by picking up the 1st down. They have it at the 36. Really good patience and recognition. And how about the tight end just finding a hole and settling and waiting until the quarterback saw it?
And the play completely changes. Once my QB gets outside the pocket, I got to see it, and I got to start working towards him, or if I'm near him working away, nice job being on the same page, getting the 1st down.
Takes the handoff. It's Braswell. Picks up the 1st down, still moving. The defense got caught that time, and they finally get him on the ground at the 41.
How nice is it in an offense when you can generate explosive plays by running the football? You got to force feed this guy, man. He is an absolute game changer.
This Georgia offense moving quickly down the field. Back in motion, trying to clear the picture. Looking to throw on 1st down. Snags it over the middle.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Bulldogs can really attack on this 2nd and short. Corners showing press. They want to be physical here. They'll give it to the back. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down.
You got to have short area quickness. That running back there doing what it takes to make sure he got that first down.
And the Dogs have it with a 1st and 10. Looking downfield on 1st down. They've avoided the interception all day, but they were lucky to get that one back here late. It'll be 2nd down.
This is a situation here in the 3rd quarter this offense did not want to be in, facing a top 10 defense, one of the best units in the entire country. They didn't want to get down on the scoreboard like this and all of a sudden have to throw the football when the defense knew that was going to happen. The incompletion there is not a big surprise. This defense knows what's coming, and it's all because of the points right now on the scoreboard.
Hand off from the shotgun. They make the stop, but he got work done on the ground, picking up 6 to the 23.
A lot of times defenses blitz to stop the run. This very play right here, blitz the linebacker, but man, the offense did a great job. Everybody understood what they saw. Running back understood. Pick up a nice positive gain when they were trying to get a blitz and maybe create a tackle for a loss.
From the gun on 3rd down. Unloads to the wideout. He's got him wide open. Touchdown, Georgia! And with that, they've got the lead here in the 2nd half.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. And listen, a lot of times, touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The Gators sending the offense back to work. He might want another play. Looking to throw on 1st down. Finds his tight end. They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a 1st down.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
That's the way to start a drive, and now they'll try to follow up on 1st and 10. To the air on 1st down. That's caught. It's Wallace. Couldn't ask for much more there. A 1st down, and they're down to the 42. There's no need to panic or anything, but this would be a really opportune time to put something together and try to take control of this game.
And sometimes you just come out as the favorite, and you're a little bit flat, and you expect to win. And sometimes that leads to slow starts, but I think if they can get that passion, that adrenaline, they get a little fired up right here, I think they'll take care of business.
And they just got to make a play. They just got to get something positive to happen here, sort of wake them up and then put another play back-to-back, and all of a sudden they get that momentum going. We know they've got the dudes. They've got the studs on both sides of the ball to win this football game. It just needs to start with one spark.
Wants to throw on 1st down. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Might be changing the route. Using his legs, it's Wallace. Plows through the defense. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a first down. The Gators come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Wants to go up top on first down. Grabbed over the middle. It's Jackson. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
From the red zone, looking for a space. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet, haven't sacked him. But this is just as good as a sack. Getting to him, hitting him, letting him feel the physicality of this game, and not letting him feel comfortable.
On second down, he'll try to make the connection. Gets it to him on the screen. And as they get him to the ground, clock running, looks as if time will expire here in the third. Well, guys, it's Georgia holding the lead at the end of the quarter. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. When you're dealing with a deficit like this, it's all about somebody stepping up to make a play, and you might as well start here in the fourth quarter. After swapping ends of the field, they gave him a little time to figure out how they'll open the final period here on third down. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a first down without scoring. Third down. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Shotgun snap, wants to throw it on third. He makes a grab. Touchdown, Gator! And with that, they move out front here in the fourth.
Man, how about this quarterback right away saying, I got to get rid of the football. There's a lot of guys near the line of scrimmage. He spits it out, and I let my receiver do the rest. Let my playmaker make me look really good. Really nice pitch and catch. And guess what? You got the lead now in the fourth quarter.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, a couple of Mountain West teams colliding in a game that could have some implications. Wyoming is ahead in this one, but there's still time on the clock, and unless Josh Allen puts on that Colts uniform again, this could stay tight. They're up by 4 over Colorado State. Any change of momentum, any notable highlights from Mountain West country, we'll let you know, fellas.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. Looking to throw on first down. Buys a little extra time. Makes the grab. It's Bennett. He goes out of bounds right at the 37-yard line. A good, productive play there to get things going.
One of the things that makes this quarterback so dangerous is how accurate he can be when he's on the run. And he's a guy that's looking to throw. He's not looking to take off himself. Showed you that accuracy on that play to get the first.
Going to try to get it himself. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Back to pass on second down. Catch in the middle, it's James. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Well, I think for that play to work, you need to have some access and cushion and coverage for the receiver to be able to do something with it after the catch. That time, the defender was just way too close, all over him, and he tackles him for no gain.
On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Couldn't quite haul it in. They almost had their first pick here late in the game.
And man, did the defense just miss an opportunity that they could have turned the lights out with the lead, get the football back here. Missed opportunity. Maybe this offense now can take advantage and swing some momentum in this football game.
On fourth down, they'll try to throw it. Makes the grab past the marker. Now they're starting to feel it. They've got a first down at the 44. And the Bulldogs want to pick up the tempo. They'll try the run. Able to pick his way forward for a decent gain before the defense gets him down.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Wants to go up top. The quick out. He's finally stopped, but not before he takes it into the red zone. They'll mark it at the 18.
That's one the DB, I think, would like to have back. Out route, he was in man coverage. If he could have just got out of his break a little bit sooner, he might have had a chance to intercept that one and take it to the house.
Georgia ready to dial it up on another first down. Power football with the one. He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line and a big red zone opportunity here.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. A lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Back to pass. Looking to scramble. He wants it all. To the end zone, and it's picked off. Got room on the return. The 50. The 40. The 20. Touchdown, Florida. The defense putting points on the board. They extend this fourth-quarter lead, and now they are staring at a 7-game winning streak.
And that's a great job by the defender there, back in his own end. He knew he had to make a play. He jumped the route, caught it, and he takes it all the way back. Forget flipping the field. How about scoring a touchdown?
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. On the move from inside his 5. Finds just enough space to cross the 25. Let's mark it at the 27-yard line. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. That last pick 6 after a drive like that, David, can swing the momentum of a game.
The defense is still celebrating. I mean,
It's picked off. 13th time he's done that this year. He'll try to take it back. Touchdown, Gator. How about this defense taking one back to the house?
be impressed with the defense here. Late in the game, still firing off the ball and still making plays. What a great job. Not just picking it off, but taking it all the way back to the house. That pads their lead, and that should do it. You think that should do it now to get the win.
On the run from inside his own 5. Finds just enough space to cross the 25. Let's mark it at the 27-yard line. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part of the game for quarterbacks, but guess what? They do happen, so you've got to be able to turn the page here and lead this offense.
Well, I think you know this defense is going to be aggressive. They're going to jump routes. They're going to play aggressive. You've got to take advantage of that. Maybe use that this time to your advantage.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. The give to the tailback. So runs like that can really help your field position as they're up at the 35.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
Quarterback adapting. Got rid of it just in time. Clock stops and we've reached the 2-minute timeout. This offense looking for anything to cut into this big lead. Down by multiple possessions, you can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. And they got him. A sack denies the try to convert on 4th down.
I think after failing on the 4th down, guys, you look at the scoreboard, you look at how much time is left. I think they're going to lose this football game. This coaching staff is going to have to dig deep and try to find ways to get this team better next time they take the field.
Wasting no time throwing on this drive. Missed receiver there. It's incomplete.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long, different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls incomplete.
Quarterback making adjustments. Right back up top on 2nd and 10. Connection to the right. Defense knocks him down immediately after the catch, but now they're facing a goal-to-go situation from the 7. The Gators trying to pay off the threat on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And a decent gain there before the defense makes a stop.
That's got to be demoralizing if you're the defense. You're trailing, you need to get the ball back. You got to get off the field, but you can't stop the run when they're going between the tackles. This defense is going to have to get a lot more physical, especially in the middle.
Boy, if that 1st down play was any indication, they might walk this thing in on 2nd and goal. Looking to fire. It's incomplete. He was shooting for the end zone right there.
Oh, man, that's a touchdown. He's in the end zone. He has got to be able to make that catch.
3rd and goal is where offensive coordinators earn their keep. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. What will the offense dial up on 3rd and goal? From the gun, wants to pass. Touchdown, Florida! And the punishment has been extended. They add on another score, and now that record oh so close to going to 8-1 on the season. As Florida fans like to say, come on Gators, get up and go, and they're starting to go and run away from the Dogs.
It's great to be a Florida Gator. The Gators showing off the speed now, running away with this thing in the second half. You're just seeing all the talent that they've been able to recruit down in Gainesville.
Yeah, they've been recruiting talent. You think about Steve Spurrier, had such a great run with Florida as a head coach. They're taking care of business today. They're not making this look like much of a rival.
And he takes this from inside the 5. And he did a good job bobbing and weaving and finding a little bit of running room on that return. They'll put the ball in play from their own 30-yard line. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. Caught in the backfield, it's Braswell. He'll be stopped at the 41, but give him 10 on that play. The offense lines up at the 41 with a 1st and 10. Looking downfield on 1st down. That's caught. It's Braswell. They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up a 1st down. Sprinting to the line to try to get this one off. Clock's running. Looking to throw on 1st down. Safe little shovel pass. And he won't quite get there, but boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the 1st. An array of possibilities here. Timeout is called by the offense. They have 14 seconds left. The Dogs have a lot of options on 2nd and inches.
29 Philly. 29 Philly. Griffin.
Wants to go up top. Grab near the marker. It's Braswell. There to make the stop, but they use the back in the passing game to pick up the 1st down. Everybody lined up, quickly snapped and spiked to stop the clock.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd down.
And if the kicker can put one through, this will be a successful drive. And after finishing off one drive with a field goal, they'll try it again, this time a 47-yard try. And the kick here is good, so add 3 to the final total. That could be important to some if you like games with chance, but they're still coming up well short. And this is how this one comes to an end. There's a long and storied history of great games between these two rivals, and this chapter adds another to that legacy.
Really impressed by the poise by the winning team as well here. They weren't overhyped in this game. They came out, they looked prepared, they were calm, definitely confident. David, they were able to go out and execute well enough to get this win.
And it's hard in these rivalry games with all the emotions running so deep. Like, you sometimes get overzealous. Sometimes you get too many penalties. It's hard to rein in your emotions, but they did. They kept it in check, and now bragging rights for a whole year.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.